watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan. Taking a major step to curb crime in the district. Tomorrow, the DC Council will take a first vote on the Secure DC legislation introduced by Councilmember Brooke Pinto. Our Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight in our newsroom. And Daniel, there were some last-minute amendments added just today.
Yeah, Chris, these are last-minute changes before tomorrow's vote. A lot of clarifying language, including talking about things like drug-free zones, making sure that the council is notified each person that there can only be 15 days of that drug-free zone and that people seeking social and mental health services in that area are not discouraged. That is among the language that these last-second changes have in store before the council can vote, and it's expected to pass.
Crime in D.C. continues to be a major concern for those who live and work here, and many are hoping the Secure D.C. legislation makes a difference.
We support this legislation because we need to send a signal that we're serious about crime.
Malcolm Fox with Opportunity D.C. advocates on behalf of small businesses.
Employers are really concerned about crime here in the district. They're concerned about the safety for their workers, for their customers.
The legislative package includes harsher penalties for shoplifting and gun-related crimes and expands the definition of carjacking to include taking someone's key from them in sight of a car. The legislation also reinstates MPD's ability to declare drug-free zones in crime hotspots, something that concerns Patrice Sultan with DC Justice Lab.
Just being suspicious of a certain kind of activity with that level of subjectivity could lead to somebody who's not doing anything wrong being stopped, being searched, being profiled.
DC police data shows violent crime went up 39% from 2022 to 2023. Sultan recognizes the need for fast action, but says Secure DC falls short of previous research and recommendations.
Everything you're seeing is a reflection of unmet needs, and we can either come together as a city to try to meet them, or we can punish people and pretend that it'll make a difference along the way.
And again, this legislation is expected to pass the council tomorrow. That is a first vote. It has to go to a second vote in 2 weeks. In the newsroom, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Meanwhile, DC's crime crisis is back in the national spotlight as we learn about the passing of a high-profile carjacking victim. Former D.C. Board of Elections member Mike Gill died Saturday, nearly a week after he was shot inside a car downtown. Gill had also worked under the Trump administration at the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. And police say the same gunman killed Alberto Vasquez Jr. of D.C. in a separate carjacking that same night. The suspected shooter, Artel Cunningham, was killed by police in New Carrollton, Maryland, several hours later. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. And Janessa, really a nice start to the work week. It's going to continue tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to love all this sunshine that we are continuing to see across the region. Mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to hit rinse and repeat consecutive days here. Thursday, a little bit more cloud coverage, but we continue to really be under this dry spell. Our city looks very lovely right now. 41 degrees, northerly breeze. The only thing that's pretty noticeable across the region is that it is a lot cooler due to that shift in our wind flow. So our dew points are down, a lot of dry air across the region. It is quite chilly right now out towards Winchester and Martinsburg. Feel like temperature back below that freezing mark. 41 right now, but feel like temperature for DC back into the middle 30s. So definitely bundle up. Tomorrow, much of the same with high pressure and complete control and just a good amount of sunshine. Early morning commute, we're going to continue to see really great conditions. A lot of sun glare tomorrow by 9 a.m. back into the middle 40s. I have your extended forecast coming up, Chris.
Okay, Janessa, sounds good. Thanks. A Northern Virginia community is rallying around neighbors who had their pride flags stolen over and over and over again. You can see it here. The suspected thieves are now facing criminal charges, and the neighbors are fully supportive of one another. Our Max Marcilla joins us from the Penrose neighborhood of Arlington. So, Max, walk us through what happened and also the response tonight from the community.
Well, Chris, again and again, this pride flag hanging at Michelle and Jenna's home was taken 5 times in a span of 4 months, and each time it was captured by their doorbell camera. So we're going to show you some of that video The video you're seeing now is the 4th time that flag was stolen. The next video is the 5th time it was taken. And since then, Arlington police have arrested Matthew Henshaw. He's a 20-year-old from Fort Myer, Virginia. They've charged him with 3 counts of bias-motivated unlawful entry and petty larceny. And then Joseph D. Gregorio, a 23-year-old from Bayshore, New York, he's facing 1 count of petty larceny. Since then, this neighborhood has raised their own flags and rallied around the couple who had theirs taken time and time again.
This neighborhood it's gay, it's straight, it's young, it's old, it's black, it's white, but that's what Arlington is. And I think just living in a community that loves each other and can, share in the joy of just being neighbors, whatever your background is or wherever you come from or what you believe in, that's what it's all about. Love the neighbor.
So we mentioned this pride flag was taken 5 times. From that to now this. More than 10, at least 10 homes on this block, in this Penrose neighborhood, now have their own pride flags up. Of course, these duplexes just across the street from Jenna and Michelle all have their own. You just heard from Scott Miller. He was one of those neighbors we spoke with. He's lived here with his husband for about 2 decades, and he put it like this. This is really just about not only supporting their neighbors, but supporting each other, showing a sign of respect for one another, regardless of who they love. He also said this. Right now, it's South Courthouse Road, but it feels like, he said, Rainbow Road. Live on Rainbow Road in Arlington, Max Marcella, DC News Now. Back to you.
Yeah, big show of support there, Max. Thanks. Meanwhile, all new at 9, Alexandria police are investigating an attempted sexual assault. This happened on Mainline Boulevard at Potomac Yard. A woman told police she was walking down an alley around midnight Sunday when a man tried to attack her. The woman was able to get away and called police. Investigators are now requesting any video footage that could help track down that suspect. In Fairfax County, police are investigating a deadly crash in Annandale. Yesterday morning, police say a Lexus was trying to turn left from Bradfield Drive on the Braddock Road when it crashed into a BMW that was passing by. A total of 7 people were taken to the hospital. 72-year-old Yun Hu, a passenger in the Lexus, died. 2 people are still in the hospital. We're told of life-threatening injuries. Officers say speed and alcohol are not believed to be factors in that crash. Meanwhile, a new era for Montgomery County Public Schools. Tomorrow, school board is expected to appoint Dr. Monique Felder as interim superintendent. It follows last week's departure of former superintendent Dr. Monique McKnight. Our Randy Bass breaks it all down for us tonight.
Yeah, a lot expected here. Even in just the next 24 hours, the Montgomery County Board of Education is expected to meet here tomorrow morning for the first time since this all went down last Friday. Tomorrow, though, they are expected to name Dr. Monique Felder as the school system's interim superintendent as the search for a new permanent superintendent gets underway. We know a little bit about Felder's background tonight. We understand she was the superintendent of Orange County Public Schools in the state of North Carolina. Most recently, though, MCPS says she spent time mentoring principals and assistant principals in New Jersey and working with other superintendents in North Carolina. This Thursday, the Montgomery County Council is slated to hold a public discussion on the County Inspector General report, pointing to long-time issues with the school system's handling of employee complaints. We caught up with the council president this morning. He says it's about finding solutions and ensuring accountability and transparency.
The Inspector General report suggests that there are a number of issues that were previously reported, that were identified, that have not been fixed, that corrective actions were not taken. That's what we should be focused on. Why is it that issues that get addressed are not fixed? What are the cultural challenges that allowed for anonymous complaints not to be investigated to the extent that they should have?
Again, the County Board of Education is planning to meet here tomorrow for a closed session starting at 9 a.m. The session will open up to the public starting at 11 a.m. when they're expected to vote Dr. Felder in as interim superintendent. In Rockville, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, we also caught up with some parents today. Their hope is that the next school superintendent is an accountable leader who puts students first.
A focus on performance and education and not the sideshows.
Somebody who is willing to be honest and somebody who is willing to take responsibility when something goes wrong instead of passing the buck and laying blame on others.
Meanwhile, school board members are staying tight-lipped about the details of Dr. Monique's departure. and mutual agreement. We do plan to press those members at the board meeting tomorrow.